It's Wednesday. We're live. It's Buster Unmasked, but I got some bad news already. I don't think all the cool stuff we had planned is going to go down. I just got a text message from Sleezy, and he's having some internet issues, so he might make it on, he might not. Could be a short show tonight. I'm waiting on the guys from Premiere Pro. They're going to try to get on earlier than we planned, way earlier, because they really wasn't supposed to come on until 8 o'clock. But until that time, I got some stuff I want to promote and I need to promote. Sorry about the inconvenience, y'all. You know, if I book a show, I hate for that motherfucker not to happen the way it's supposed to. But what can you do, man? It's the internet. It's live. It's real people, real life. Shit happens. But I tell you what, we're going to pay a few bills right now. I got a little teaser to show you about this KAW reunion show that's coming up, a brand new teaser.
Wrestling fans, are you ready? Because PKAW Entertainment brings KAW Reunion Tour to Jackson, Tennessee, October the 26th, 2023 at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena. Big stars set to appear. KAW Originals, I wouldn't tell you no lies. PKFNW is on the way. We've got tickets, we've got babes, we've got beer, we've got blunts, and we've got blood. Check out our sponsors. The Convicts will be appearing. Oh yeah, that's right. Danny B. Good and his son, DJ Brown. The fabulous Chris Rocker coming to KAW at the Slide and Ride Rodeo Arena, October the 26th, 2023. We're kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and we're all out of bubblegum.
All right, y'all, you see it right there? That's going to be a real big show. I don't know if any of y'all even heard what I said before I played that clip, because I looked down and my mic was muted. I don't know if when I went to play the clip, it muted my mic or it was already muted. But look, I don't think Sleezy is going to make it. He didn't call me, hit me with a text message right before showtime and said he's having some internet issues. He may be on, he may not. I'm waiting on the guys from Premiere Pro to come talk to us. They got a real big show coming up this Friday night. Bradford, Tennessee at the Doodle Festival. These guys have got an awesome card lined up. They got some special attraction talent coming in for the fans. We've got some highlight clips of some of these guys. We got a promo from one crazy guy. Carries a chainsaw to the ring with him. So, but until then, I got some stuff I need to promote while we're waiting on these guys. So I tell you what we're going to do. Y'all bear with me. Y'all know I ain't no computer genius. I got some stuff coming up that I need to promote. And I'm going to try to pull up these flyers. First things first, this Sunday night, we got another episode of Bullshitting with Buster. This time, I don't think there's going to be any issue with it being what it was supposed to be. I got this guy here, Christian Cross, coming on. If you know anything about Christian Cross, he's outspoken as hell. He don't hold his tongue, and he don't give a damn about any of y'all's feelings. He's got something he wants to say, and Sunday night, 7 p.m., he's going to put all bullshit aside, and we're going to hear what's on Christian's mind. This dude, he's a long-time RWE guy. Now he's applying his trade with the Wrestling for Pride promotions. Like I said, outspoken as hell. He don't hold his tongue, and he got something to say. And we're going to find out what it is Sunday night. But I tell you what, hey, these guys, they popped on. They wasn't supposed to be on till 8. But I hit the guy up, and he's here, so I can promote some more stuff later. I will tell you this. Don't go nowhere. By the end of the show, I am going to announce next Wednesday night the biggest show in Buster H.R. Johnson and Buster Unmasked history, Breaking the Silence. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag tonight. I got two guests that during the late 90s and the early 2000s was two of the most influential guys in the wrestling business around this area, and you're going to find out tonight. But I tell you what, let me get Christian Cross off of here. And look, like I said, Bradford, Tennessee, this Friday night. The Doodle Festival, Premiere Pro Wrestling has an awesome card lined up. And I got one of the guys who makes all this shit happen for Premiere Pro, Zach Kaiser. He's here with us. Finna bring him on, and he's going to tell us what's happening.
What about it, Buster?
I don't know, dude, man. I appreciate you so much, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you letting us be on here and do a little talking.
No, dude, man, you know how stuff is. Man, 2 minutes before the show, I get a text, and the guy's telling me, man, I'm having problems with my internet. I can't get my computer to load up. So I'm glad y'all came through, dude. Y'all say it ain't the first time y'all have had to save my ass on the show, dude.
Well, we're pretty good at that. We come through for a person.
Well, look, man, the Doodle Soup Festival now, this is what, y'all second, third year in a row doing it or more? How long have y'all actually been doing?
Technically, me and Brian has been helping get some wrestling at the Doodle Soup for about the past 5 years. But they have never seen no wrestling like we finna bring Friday night.
Yeah,
and
man,
this will be mine and Brian, our first year for Premier Pro to be there, but it's definitely going to be the biggest show to hit Bradford, Tennessee, probably ever.
Yeah, man, Premier Pro always puts on some of the best shows around, and they always bring in some of the best talent, and this is no short of that. This is a spectacular lineup of the guys that I've seen come in. Y'all got some talented guys on the Premier Pro roster, period. But y'all got some special attractions coming in here Friday night, dude. I tell you what, let me pull up some of these graphics, and we can just talk about them if you want to.
Let's pull them up.
I guess we'll start with our man, the junior heavyweight champion. This dude is one hell of an athlete, and he's from what I understand, he's got an open challenge laid out this Friday night.
Yep, that and Marco Harris. If you ain't been watching him, you better watch it because he's already a superstar. But that sucker right there, he's gonna be somebody. And this Friday night, he's gonna put out an open challenge. And I've heard of a few guys say that they're gonna be there and take that challenge. Now, it could be 1-on-1. It might end up being one against 4. You know, I mean, there's a lot of folks like all our belts, and that junior heavyweight belt has got a good look to it, and a lot of guys want to carry it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Marco Harris, he looks good. He is an athlete. The one thing about him, he is one hell of an athlete. I think he's got a good grasp on that junior heavyweight title. I know I've seen Justin Klein and Brandon Savage had a little something to say. I know there's a few other guys who's kind of thrown their name out there. You really never know who's going to actually show up and accept this open challenge. You got to be there, right, Zach?
Yeah, you got to be there to see. But I know for sure, Brandon, him and Justin Klein, they liable to have something up their sleeve. But he's taking his mark on showing up. And I also heard that the Dream Killer Eric Wayne, he's going to show up and put his name in that spot too.
So you really have to be there. Anybody who wants to know, you need to carry your tail down to the Doodle Soup Festival this Friday night, 7:30 bell time. I think there's a meet and greet, right? Starting
we're gonna have a meet and greet. There's gonna be a lot of familiar faces from Premier Pro out there, and then we're gonna have some of these new folks. They're gonna be out set up, selling stuff, and just meeting everybody.
Well, look, Zach, a lot of people don't realize it. Everybody knows T-Pain. Everybody knows Baby. But not everybody knows Zach. You're a referee, long-time referee, but, man, you also are one of the guys, part of the team that makes Premier Pro what it is. So kind of tell us about Premier Pro itself and what y'all's goals for Premier Pro in the future, Zach.
Well, I mean, to continue bringing in the best talent you see. I mean, the premier guys that we got that are established, the only way for them to get better is to bring in somebody even better than they are. And there's good guys around here, but to get our guys and our girls that much better, we're going to continue bringing in some of the best talent money can buy. I mean, we definitely not running no cheap cards. We try to spend a little money and get what wrestlers should look like and be. I mean, we don't want nobody with their head up their ass. We're going to bring in good people. And we're steadily trying to help our presence, you know. We got a good-looking ring and an entranceway. And Friday night, we're going to have a new sound to us. We went out and got some new speakers this week. So, this year, I mean, alone, I mean, we've done a lot. but we're just getting started. Over the course of time, I mean, we're gonna go on. We won't be like Randy Bird in 16 years. They're like, hey, that wrestling's still going on. But 16 years from now, it's gonna be the #1 show.
You what? Y'all started with a bang, dude. I'll be honest. Y'all come in, like you said, y'all always. One thing y'all do that I really love is y'all bring a variety of talent in for the fans. It's not always just the exact same wrestlers, and it's like you throw them in a cup and shake them up and throw them out on the table, and who lands by each other, well, that's who wrestles each other. No, y'all bring in pros from everywhere, and y'all's talent base, your home talent base, truly is some of the best pro wrestlers around this territory anyway.
Well, that's what we did. When we set up shop, we said we're going to pick the best ones there is. And, I mean, if they're coming through Premier Pro, they're some of the best independent people from around this area and all over.
I'll tell you what, Zach, since we're talking about some of the best, let me pull up another one of these graphics, and you can give your opinion and just tell us a little bit about these guys and what's going on. I'm trying new stuff, Zach, so bear with me. It may take me a second to get it on.
You good, Buster?
All right, here we go. These guys here, I consider these dudes my dudes, man. I love me some Steel Cross, but you also got the Salem 3 there that are currently the Premier Pro Tag Team Champions, right?
That's it. I mean, a lot of folks know the Salem 3 as the Crawleys, but they've come together as the Salem 3. And they are our Premier Pro Tag Team Champions. And it don't matter what building them guys go in. They're loved everywhere. They got the craziest gimmick, but everywhere they go, they loved. And they are some wrestlers.
Well, let me ask you this, Zach. There's 3 of them, obviously. So does Premier Pro sanction the Freebird rule? Can any two of the pair defend the belt, or is it a certain 2 that's actually the champion?
No, it's whoever. It's whoever decides that night they're going to go out there and put on a show. We let them decide it. I mean, they are the Salem 3. And they're pretty smart, if you ask me. I mean, your normal tag team, if your guy gets hurt, you ain't got no replacement. But they're a little ahead of the game, and they got somebody on standby. And all 3 of them, I mean, they're workers.
And the fans love these guys.
Eat them up.
The fans eat them up. But hey, you know, the Salem 3, the Crowleys, they're the Premier Pro Tag Team Champions, but you got Steel Cross over here who are actually right now the current EPW Tag Team Champions. Yep. So this is kind of like a clash of companies and a dream match of sorts for certain people. It is for me. I'm anxious to see how this match plays out, Zach.
It should be good. Alex and Ethan, I've known them boys for a long time, and right now they look better, and they're doing better than I've seen them do in a long time. And it's good to have them around. Alex, you ain't finna throw no fight at him that he can't take. And Ethan, I mean, he's cut up, and he takes it too.
You know, I got these guys coming on, I want to say maybe October 4th or 5th. On the podcast. I did a bullshitting with Buster with him 5 or 6 months ago now. And but well, actually it was longer than that. It's probably been about 7 or 8 months, and that's what I'm getting at. Over like the last 8 months, these 2 guys have jumped ahead by leaps and bounds from what they were. They have really, really established themselves around the territory as top tag teams, top guys.
Yeah, what they did is they got in the vehicle and they went to other promotions. And they went to people that was better than it wasn't the same people they've been wrestling for the past year and a half. You know, I mean, you can't give folks that they got in that car, they went down to Memphis, they've been to EPW, you know, and they got good looking gear, so that they're doing pretty good right now. I mean, you cannot knock them.
Yeah, I can't think. To me, if I was going to do tag team rankings right now, I don't know where they would fall number wise, but I do know this: as far as from where they were, their leaps and bounds, I think they've had the most growth around the territory of any other tag team.
Yep.
For the past 6, 7, 8 months, 9, maybe, I just believe they've had the most growth out of any other tag team. They went from one spot to a whole nother level. Like you said, they got their gear together. They're brothers, so they know each other. And man, this right here is a fire matchup right here between these two tags.
That's gonna be that's what we're gonna call a ballpark brawl. So they're finna go all over that park out there. You can guarantee that.
But you know the crowd is like crazy and still cross like you said. They don't turn down the fight. They don't back down. So that should be an awesome match coming up Friday night.
Yeah, you can expect to see some wow moments in that match.
Well, look, man, we got like I said, you got the Doodle Soup Friday night. What's next after the Doodle Soup? I've got a few more guys we want to get to. I've actually got a highlight video on your main event guy, the guy who's taking on the Premier Pro heavyweight champion, Jason Genesis. I've got a little highlight footage of him when we talk about him. I figured we'd save that for last since that's the main event, I think. But I've also got a little footage of a wild and crazy guy who chainsaw we'll get to. But before that, after the Doodle Soup, what's next for Premier Pro? Where y'all at next? What's the day?
You can catch us back in Dyer, Tennessee on Friday, October 13th. We'll have a show there, and we'll put a card out this coming up weekend with it. And then we're working on another show in Bradford for the end of October. We're waiting this week to finalize that. So I ain't 100% on that, but we're working towards having one at the school here at the end of next month. And then in December, guarantee November 10th, I believe is what it is. We'll be in Dyer. And then in December, you have to watch around for that one because December is going to be a big card.
Well, Dyer's done become it's somewhat Premier Pro's home base right now. Dyer, Tennessee, at the Dyer Fire Department. And man, if you can get in the schools at Bradford, they're going to love Premier Pro there, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bradford, Tennessee, they finna find out this Friday night. And, I mean, we finna blow – if there was a roof out there, we'd blow the roof off. But we definitely finna give them their money's worth. I mean, and they ain't got to pay nothing. So what's better than that? You show up, there's free wrestling. And, I mean, this is a $20 general admission show. I mean, if you want to get down to it, I mean, it's free.
Yeah. No, it's a stacked card. It's like I said, y'all always bring in top-notch talent, top-notch wrestlers from around the country. But I really think the Doodle Soup Festival and the people there is going to get a kick out of some of this talent. These are some of them are special attractions for sure. I think they're going to get some killer wrestling, but they're also I think they're going to get some excitement and some fun too.
That is good. That's what we're trying to do. We try to bring a little bit of everything. I mean,
somebody might even get chased around with a chainsaw. Who knows, man?
I'm telling you, I mean, he's definitely going to show up, and he's a character.
Yeah. Look, let me see what else I got pulled up. But look, now I know that I didn't pull up the graphic because I thought maybe the matchup has changed, but y'all got some ladies on the card coming up Friday. Give us a little update on who that's. Like I said, I didn't pull up the graphic. I didn't want to pull up a wrong graphic. Tell us what's happening with the ladies.
We did have a little change up there. Our women's champion, I mean, I don't know if she's scared to get in the ring with these girls, if she's trying to what's going on here, but she won't be there. But we did find a replacement for her. So we're going to still have a women's tag match, and we're going to have $1 Million Baby and Autumn teaming up. And them two girls, they ought to make a good tag team because they know each other like the back of their hands.
They've fought out. They earned a mutual respect with each other. And that a lot of times that's the best tag teams you can have. That's like Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee. They fought each other tooth and nail. But over time, even if they fight each other again, they still have a mutual respect now of what each other's capable of. And they're a hell of a team. We've seen them tag before from time to time, and they're one hell of a team.
And I mean, you can't dock either one of them. Them are two of the best girl wrestlers in Tennessee. I mean, probably 1 and 2 right there. I don't know how you want to put them, but that's probably 1 and 2 right there. Because they'll house down any house you put them in.
Look, truthfully, I think there's probably, just off the top of my head, I would say there's probably 6 or 7 really top females around this territory, and both of those girls, both of those ladies are right in that top 5 or 6 or 7. I don't know where they land either, because I'd have to lay it out on paper and really look. But there's a lot of female talent around now, but there's 6 or 7 of these girls that are really talented, that are at the very tip top around here. Well, look, let's talk about this guy, Hillbilly Nate, Evil Nate. Tell us a little something about him.
Well, he's coming out of Ohio, and I mean, he's definitely a character. I mean, once you look at him, you can be like, whoa. He gonna come out with a chainsaw, and now.
Well, I tell you what, Zach, if you don't mind, you want to just show these people a little bit about him, and then we'll talk about him.
Show it. Run that clip.
Let's do this, man. I love this. I love this promo, man.
The urban legend, the backwoods buzzsaw, the kill. Billy! Evil Nate debuts September 22nd, Bradford, Tennessee for Premier Pro Wrestling. You see, Evil Nate's gonna show up. And when I show up, somebody's gonna go down. But here's what's gonna go down when I show up. Premier Pro, let me ask you a question. Better yet, whoever I'm stepping into the squared circle with. Whether it was a Jackson Crowley, whether it was an Otis Crowley, whoever it may be. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Ha! Do you believe in aliens? Yeah! Do you believe in the Mothman? Ooh! Either way, whatever you do or you don't believe, September 22nd, get ready for it, Premier Pro. Get ready for it, whoever I'm getting in there to do a little dance with. Because you're going to find out why I'm the face swapping, bone popping, pop stopping, chainsaw, elbow dropping, face stealer, blood spiller, twister Nate dealer. I'm a walking, talking John Carpenter, Wes Craven, Tony Hooper, Clive Barker, Thriller, the Kentucky Killer. And you gon' learn why it's unlucky to take a wrong turn. Hand. Kentucky. Yeah!
Boy, he fires me up every time I see that. That's a promo right there. If you want to learn about promo cutting 101, watch that right there.
I love that dude, man. And I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of wrong turns apparently going on at the Doodle Soup Festival this Friday night. Everybody better watch out.
Step in the ring with him.
Oh, yeah, I seen his chainsaw. I ain't getting around him, man. I'm staying as far away from him as I possibly can. Like I said, that right there is going to be a special attraction for the fans.
Yeah, and Evil Nate is actually, he's got his chainsaw queen, Black Dahlia. Hey, she's coming in. She's going to do a little meet and greet and take some photos. She's going to have a chainsaw. She might get after somebody too.
Ooh, so there's a couple of chainsaw wielding maniacs going to be running around the Doodle Soup Festival Friday night.
That's guaranteed. I mean, we definitely going to have some live action.
Well, dude, I guess it's the time. Well, I tell you what, before we get to the main event, is there anything else?
We want to break this right here. We don't know, nobody know about it right now. But I think we'll break something right here. We do have a little technical issues on a match coming up Friday night, and I think Sloppy Slade has ran his mouth so much that he knows he don't even show up in Bradford. So we've heard that he ain't even gonna show up in Bradford. I think he's afraid he's finna get his ass whooped up one side down and another by Brian. So we will break that news to you, and you won't get to see him get his ass whooped Friday night, but it's coming. He done too much talking.
You mean after all them promos, after all the things that I've heard him done, I've seen him do and heard him say to $1 Million Baby, all the things he's done and said about Brian, and now all of a sudden, after all that talking, he probably ain't showing, huh?
No, but we do. Hey, things happen, and we try to make sure we're ready for the next step. So I couldn't let Brian go alone, you know, and not work. I didn't feel like that was fair. I said, Brian, you still got to work. So we've had our eye on a guy, and a year ago, I might not have looked at him as much, but over the past year, he's been progressing. You look at his pictures, he's getting real promo pictures. He's putting a little weight on. If this guy right here would hit the gym in the next year, he would be it. And I'm gonna put Luke Justice in a match for Brian tonight, and we're gonna see if he'll step up.
The third generation SOB, Luke Justice will be there. Luke's everywhere now, dude. I think that'll be a real good matchup.
That's what we sat down, you know, and I was like, hey, you finna wrestle this cat. Him and Kilo put on a good match last time I seen him work, and I said, we're gonna bring him in your ass finna working. We're gonna find out.
Oh, he's a talented kid, man. He really is. And he's one of those guys over the last year or two. He's improved a whole lot too. Luke ain't nothing to sleep on.
He's filling out his look, and I mean he's getting his character down, and you know he's putting out real good pictures of himself, and that goes a long ways.
Yeah. No, I'm. That's
he's burning that road up too. He ain't staying at one promotion. He is burning that road up.
Yeah, I know he's going down to Texas some, going to New Jersey some, wrestling a lot of places around here. You know, he's wrestling at several different companies around our territory. So, hey, I think that's a good matchup, man. I really do. But I guess it's time, Zach, to get to this main event matchup. So let me pull up this graphic, and we'll talk about this a little bit. Or maybe we'll put up a graphic, talk a little bit, and then I'll show a highlight of this guy. Jason Genesis better be on his toes. He better not be sleeping on his laurels. He better not overlook this guy, because I can tell you right now, this dude here, this Sean Legacy guy, he is an athlete. He is one hell of an athlete.
That right there, if you look up pro wrestler in the dictionary, he should be by it.
Yes, man. He's like I said, I got some highlights. So I'll tell you what, Zach, before we talk about this match a little bit, why don't we just go on and show these people these highlights of this guy?
Like they better watch, because he's quick.
Yeah, he's world travel too. He's a legit pro wrestler, professional, and Zach, that dude right there is a true, legit athlete.
Oh, you know, I do a lot around Premier Pro. Everybody does. It's a group effort. But I'm gonna brag a little bit for a minute. This guy right here, I watched him, and I reached out to him, and I said, then I talked to Brian, and we lined it up. This right here is gonna be one hell of a match. I mean, Jason, he's no slouch, but I feel like this right here, this is gonna be his biggest matchup right here.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Zach. To me, this right here is going to be the biggest test I believe Jason Genesis has had in his whole career to date. And we're going to find out if he's really as good as everybody thinks he is. I think he is. I think Jason Genesis is a star, but you got to wrestle guys like this.
Yeah.
Prove that to everybody.
I mean, he ain't world heavyweight champion for no reason. I mean, he is definitely good. But this Sean Legacy, I mean, he's finna bring the fight to him.
Where's this guy out of, Zach? Do you have any idea?
Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, Georgia. Okay, and obviously he's been working in Japan some, just from the highlights we've seen. I'm not so sure. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with him. I'd heard the name, and I really.
Well, I mean, he's definitely not. He's not somebody you see around here. I mean, you get to looking up Georgia posters, Southern Honor Wrestling. I mean, he's on a bunch of shows, and I mean, in Japan. I mean, that place he went to over there. I mean, you can look at the guy and tell. I mean,
yeah, he's a hell of an athlete. He's a legit top-notch pro wrestler. Jason Genesis better be on his toes, or
I'm definitely excited for this matchup.
It could be a bad night for Jason if he takes this guy lightly in any way. It could be a quick, short night for Jason. I'm anxious to see how that plays out too.
He definitely got to be on his P's and Q's, because I promise you, Sean Legacy. I mean, he ain't driving all this way for no reason. I mean, he's got that Premier Pro Heavyweight Championship on his mind.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Zach, from the start, this is one hell of a card y'all got lined up for Friday night at the Doodle Soup Festival, dude.
That's what Premier Pro does. I mean, just like Sean Legacy, the Evil Nate. I mean, these guys, they probably hadn't ever even been on a card anywhere close to us. I mean, and we're bringing folks in like that, and that's what we look forward to doing right there, is bringing in some of the top talent. I mean, look at them.
Yeah, it keeps fresh too. One thing that happens around here. Look, everybody's got to have a certain amount of base homegrown boys that are that pretty much are on all the shows.
Come see, you got to.
But when you bring talent in, like I'll bring in, and this ain't the first time, you'll bring in talent all the time for all the Premier Pro shows. It's not that long ago. You had the big company versus company showdown with New South, and that was a huge card. It was almost like having two. It was having two separate rosters show up at one show and come together. So you can't go wrong, man.
You go to that New South and look at them folks. I mean, they're young folks on that roster, but look what they're doing. A lot of them folks are doing big things in the independent scene, and that takes a lot. I mean, they uprooted and they come to us. I mean, we reached out, Brian. That's one thing we do. We get out there, we get on that phone. It takes a team to build something, but if you want your shit to be right, sometimes you got to do shit yourself. And I mean, that's why we don't depend on nobody. We go out there. It's hard work, but if don't nobody show up, me and Brian's gonna put that ring up. We're gonna get everything ready. We're gonna tear it down, and we're gonna have a hell of a show.
Well, y'all take care of business no matter what the situation. That goes to show. That's because y'all got a team that y'all can count on each other. You know, it ain't like one guy's trying to do every single thing for the show. Y'all kind of delegate who does what somewhat, and then y'all all work together. And it shows in the company and in the shows y'all put on, in the product you put out, Zach.
Oh yeah, I mean, it takes time to get somewhere, but I mean, this year we've done more than a lot of companies have done in years amount of time. Yeah,
y'all come a hell of a long way in what, truthfully, about 9 months, maybe. Has it been that long?
November be 1 year.
1 year, okay. Yeah, y'all come a long way. Y'all hadn't put on a bad show yet. Every show, I mean, they're all fucking awesome because the fans keep coming back.
And we got fans from, I mean, all different states, everywhere. I mean, Dyer, Tennessee, they show up and they support. We're getting folks, but realistically, our crowd is diverse as can be. I mean, there's folks coming from all over because we're putting out good product.
Yeah, it's some of the best wrestling around the territory. I think I said it a couple weeks ago on one of the shows. I mean, truthfully, y'all are right up there with some of the TV companies. You just don't have TV.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Y'all kind of don't put out wrestling shows. Y'all put out events almost.
Yeah, and I mean, with time, everything comes with time. We, you know, I mean, we'd love to have a TV show. I mean, we'd love to be right there with Dustin Starr. I mean, that they put over a good production. Now I feel like our talent, we got a hell of a talent, you know. But his production, he's got a hell of a production. If we could have his TV production and that going on, and we will in time, we would be right there with him. I mean,
yeah, can't nobody deny that. Yeah, can't nobody deny that. I think Dustin probably, I don't think there's in anybody's mind that he's probably got the best production value of any of the wrestling shows, TV wrestling companies. I'm a big fan of EPW. I love EPW.
We obviously we got some of their people. I mean, they ain't right here on top of us, but we have known about EPW and their guy. They got some good guys, and we brought them over with us too.
Yeah. Well, look, Zach, I ain't gonna keep you on long. It don't look like Sleezy is gonna make it. But before we get out of here, man, plug the Doodle Soup again. Plug whatever.
Well, we do got another matchup. Jack Parker Jr. He will be there. He'll be in action. You show up. He's. I mean, I would hate to be the guy in the corner facing him, but he will definitely have an opponent Friday night, and he will be in action.
Maybe maybe like Sloppy Slade sneak. Go ahead, Zach. I said maybe if Sloppy Slade tries to slither in, you can just have Payne and Jack Parker beat him up, man.
I wouldn't. I definitely know I wouldn't want to be talking all this shit to Brian because he gets in that ring, he lets loose.
I tell you what, Sloppy Slade is a hell of a promo, though.
Hey, you can't, and for as little as the guy is, he's a hell of a worker.
Oh yeah, he is a perfect little wormy, slimy.
Yeah, he plays his part,
man. Yes, man, he really does. I've really been impressed with him of what I've seen with him. But you talk all that shit, you eventually got to step in the ring with the people you're talking about. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, things do happen. He can slip up and get Brian. I mean, it is possible. Obviously, last month he outsmarted him a little bit. I mean, so anything's possible.
Yeah, gonna be a hell of a show, Zach.
This Friday night, you know, we're gonna have a meet and greet kick up about 6 p.m. We're gonna be in Bradford, Tennessee, at the Doodle Soup, and it's 198 Park Street, right there in Bradford, Tennessee. It's free. All you can do is get in the car and come. I mean, we'll have chairs. If you want to bring a long chair, bring a long chair. But it's definitely, you don't get a show like this much around here, and you definitely don't get one for free.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
We're going to hit that bell at 7:30, and we're going to rock and roll.
I expect it to be a real good turnout show, dude. I expect these people to be really surprised at the product y'all put out, the level of product that y'all bring with your wrestling company, man. Zach, look, man. Go ahead.
I was telling Brian, I mean, this right here is going to be one of the best shows that we have put on, if not the best one. I mean, you can't knock the talent on. I mean, it's definitely stacked with talent. And then you got Calvin. The Evil Nate, I mean, he's got a crazy look to him and whatnot, but he takes all that off, and that guy's in the gym every day. I promise you, he's got some arms on him. He's going to be a worker.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show, man. It's going to be fun. Going to be a little bit of everything for everybody. It sounds like to me. There's some hard-hitting matches laid out on here. Like I said, Marco Harris. Anybody who steps to him, they better be ready.
I mean, he's been with us almost a year. You go look at his first pictures from a year ago to right now. That sucker's a beast. I mean, but he takes what he does serious. He's in that gym and he's working, and I mean, you can tell it.
Yeah, no, he's an athlete too, man. He is a big time athlete. Look, we got just
and young. I mean, he's young, 19 years old. I mean, he's still a kid, honestly.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's one of the guys, like, I look at Jason Genesis, and I had him on a while back, and my theory on him is you kind of need to see him now, because if you don't look out in another 2-3 years, the only place you're going to see him is on a big-time show somewhere.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. Or he's got so many bookings he can't even come back around this way.
Same thing with Marco.
Yeah.
He's a hell of an athlete. Once he catches the right person's eye, they're going to snatch him up.
That's it. I mean, because he's got it. I mean, he's got everything. And Jason does. I mean, Jason, you can't knock him. He's got it all too. He's got a good look. I mean, he plays his part. And I mean, he's got that wife of his. You got to watch her though. I mean, he does keep her around for a reason. So I guess it's pretty smart of him.
Yeah, he uses her to the best of his advantage. There's no doubt about that.
That's why he brags on that goddess of his so much.
Well, look here, Zach, before you get out of here, we got a comment from Eric J. This is my guy right here. He said, what's going on, my guys? He says, my brother, Zach, what's going on?
Eric, me and Eric, we've been knowing each other since we was knee-high to a caterpillar. That's my guy right there.
He's at every Premier Pro show.
He does. He shows up and he helps out just because he don't just buy a ticket, I promise you. He shows up and helps us all the time and then buys that ticket and sits there and supports us. And we appreciate that, Eric, a lot.
Yeah, I love Eric, man. Truthfully, he might be my biggest supporter.
Hey, that's good. He definitely puts everything out there for us.
Yeah, man. He supported everything I've done for a long time. And me and him's actually become friends. We talk pretty regular on Messenger. We talk back and forth on a pretty regular basis. I like this cat. We hadn't actually met in person yet, but eventually I'm going to make to a Premier Pro show, and we're going to meet face to face.
Buster, if you better be there Friday night. What are you talking about? You're going to make a Premier Pro show. You're going to be there Friday night. I'm
thinking about it. I'm thinking of my kids. I think I'm going to bring the whole family.
Bring the whole family. Hey, the Doodle Soup, we're going to have rides out there. I'm a big part in this Doodle Soup. There's going to be more than wrestling also. I mean, there'll be jumpers for the kids. All the jumpers and everything, the wrestling will be right there. So the parents can come, pay for the little $10 bracelet, and the kids can go play on these jumpers and swing rides. And then if you get hungry, there's going to be food vendors for days out there.
Well, look, Zach, we have a couple more minutes. If you got time, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Doodle Soup itself? Tell us about its history and stuff.
Well, I can't go that deep because I am not a Bradford native. I've been living here for about 5 years. But I at this point in my life, I look at helping out my community. So I've been helping them in the past 2 years. I picked up with the Doodle Soup. And really, it's like a chicken broth soup. And it's been going on for some years around here now, and they have a big old festival, and luckily they've been bringing wrestling for the past few years. They have on Saturday night, they have a band out there, and it's just a week-long event where the community comes together.
Yeah, man, it's a big deal. It's a big thing every year, and me personally, has never been. Well, I'm not originally from here either, Zach, up this part of the country. I'm originally from Arkansas. And we've been here about 8 years, 9. And now my wife has been, when my kids have been, I just never have been. But I think Friday night is going to be the night. I'm going to come check out the show, let the kids do. If they want to watch the show, or if they want to go play, let them go do what they want to do.
It's definitely be family fun activities all around. I mean, you can bring the kids up there, let them run, go play, watch some wrestling. I mean, going to be one of the best wrestling shows you can go see this year, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's going to be killer. We got a comment from Sarah Harbison. I ain't got no idea who this lady is, but she says, not going to lie, Premier Pro Wrestling folks are some of my favorite. Mine too, man. Look, man, y'all say what you do and you do what you say, and that goes a long way with me.
Yeah, no, that's what we want to do. I mean, we don't want to be like every other country. There's a lot of what folks around here won't say wrestling, and I mean we're Southern. We'll laugh about it, wrestling, but we're trying to put together legit wrestling around here.
Well, Zach, man, I appreciate you so much. You come on. I know you wasn't scheduled until 8 o'clock, and dude, it was going to be a long-ass hour of me up here. Look, I had enough stuff to kill probably. I could have killed 10 or 15 minutes, but
yeah, you thought you showed up an hour, and it went with 10 minutes.
Dude, I appreciate y'all so much. You always show up. Y'all, this ain't the first time y'all pulled me out of a bind. Look, everybody, Friday night, Bradford, Tennessee, the Doodle Soup Festival, Premier Pro Wrestling. There's no other wrestling show that you want to be at Friday night other than Premier Pro Wrestling at the Doodle Soup Festival in Bradford, Tennessee. Going to be one of the biggest, best shows they've ever done. It's going to be something for everybody in the family. Come out, bring your kids out, ride some rides, watch some wrestling, eat some food, and have some fun. Have a good time, because that's what Premier Pro provides. When they run a wrestling show, everybody has a good time. There's something for everybody. Zach,
right.
My brother, thank you so much. You tell,
right, Buster. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. You tell Payne and Baby I say hello, and I'll see y'all Friday night, my brother.
That's what I'm talking about. See you Friday night, Buster.
You take it easy. All right, y'all, there it is. We just talked to the guys from Premier Pro. I'm sorry the show wasn't what it was supposed to be, but it is what it is. I used to worry about that stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it. Shit happens. You're dealing with live. You're dealing with technology. You're dealing with people. Everything's live. So shit happens sometime. Hopefully one day we'll get this Sleezy show and get it to happen, because I had some cool stuff. I had a mini movie that Sleezy and Uncle Filthy acted in and made. I also had a song that Sleezy wrote and performed himself. So maybe one day we'll get this under control. But look, now, next Wednesday night, the very most important, biggest show that I have ever done, period. If you want to know about pro wrestling in the late 90s and the early 2000s, I'm finna throw the flyer up. This is the show right here you need to see. You see it right there. You see who them guys are? You see that right there? That's wrestling's original DJ and the voice of KAW and MCW, the one and only David Jett. And that guy right over there, that's the man himself. None other than Terry Golden. He is the owner and founder of Kick-Ass Wrestling and MCW, and he overseen the WWE's developmental territory for almost 5 solid years. This is an interview that's been 20 years in the making. There's nothing out there. These guys have turned down interview after interview, and that's why we're calling it Breaking the Silence. If you want to know about pro wrestling around the Mid-South area in the late 90s and early 2000s, these two guys are the guys we got to talk to, two of the most influential guys in the wrestling business during that time. And look, we're going to talk about everything. You're going to find out about wrestlers. We're going to find out about their opinions on wrestling. We're going to find out some tough questions about the business. What all went on with KAW and the transfer from KAW to Memphis Championship Wrestling. I've got a million questions, but if you want to know, you better tune in next week. If there's ever been a not miss show, a don't miss show for Buster H.R. Johnson, this is it right here. None other than David Jett and the man himself, Terry Golden, next Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Do not miss it. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. I appreciate everybody who watched. Sorry the show wasn't what it was supposed to be. It is what it is. But we'll be back next week. Same time, same Buster channel. And y'all take it easy.